Welcome back, everyone. So this is Speak Now. Today I've got a guest, Angela from Brisbane Views. Welcome.
Thank you, Linda. Great to be here.
You're welcome. This is something very new and you're our very first guest. So, yeah, very excited to hear about your new venture. Would you like to start just to tell us about what you've done, what you're doing now, and, your passions?
My passions, gosh. Well, I've spent over 2 decades in finance, insurance, banking, working in the private sector, from lending to dealing with brokers in their businesses. So I've decided to go out on my own and combine all of that and hopefully have a positive impact in my community, sharing stories with small business owners when they need to reach out for help. And that's actually how we met at a VCC networking.
Yes, absolutely. And we hit it off right off. We went out for dinner.
Did we? Where did we hit it off? Was it near the food?
Definitely near the food, I think. Yes. I think it was our love of steak and alcohol.
Well, a girl needs iron and antioxidants. So I'm a fan of both.
And when we can talk about business as well and not have it be so corporate, we can have a bit of fun with it because we've done it, we've been in it, we're still in it. We're always learning and growing. So
it's great to be an observer this time around. So, for example, one of the fun things about going to a restaurant with your friends, especially an accountant,
we analyse every single thing.
We do, yeah. And you might say, hey, I wonder why it's taking so long for the food to come out on this table. Or I wonder if the owner actually knows that their staff are being inefficient. I wonder if the owner knows what's actually going on from it. Because you're either in your business, on your business, or you're completely checked out of your business.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's where the community connection comes into play, because you might meet someone and, suddenly you've got your mojo back into your own business, or you go, I didn't even think about that. I need to catch up with that person. Or, hey, let's go for a walk together and punch out a great conversation about marketing and what am I doing wrong or what am I doing right. And
it's connecting with the right people that can actually help them.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of small businesses out there that sort of struggle because they don't know who to talk to. And that's the sort of community that we're trying to build.
And it's who you can trust. I think that's a big one.
Trust is the main one.
Yeah. And you see all sorts of business coaches online. They've got their own business and they're promoting their thing. But it's actually connecting with you. It's not just about the numbers and the boxes. It's also about the emotional engagement. As women, we go like this.
Yes.
And from one month to another, we might be really into one aspect of a business, and the other month we might want to just throw it out the window.
Yes, yeah.
And that's where we come to balance each other out.
Yeah, but we're also very decisive in what we want, and we have like this tunnel vision that we want to get there.
The blinkers are on.
Yeah. No one's going to be in our way. But back to business coaches, that's a funny one that you mentioned, because there's a lot of business coaches out there that start it because they can. And to be a really good business coach, you need to run your business, actually know the ins and outs. So I prefer the term business mentoring or business mentor.
Yeah.
Because they are in the business. Living it still.
You're in the trenches with your client.
Yeah,
in your own business, helping and supporting their business.
Yep.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, that is so true. I like the term business advisor because there's so many places you can go. But if you have one person that goes, have you spoken to your accountant? Have you spoken to a lawyer? Look, I'll just advise you to get some quick advice, whether you go ahead with them or not. But, pay for it. Protect yourself up front.
Yes.
Educate yourself, arm yourself with knowledge. Yep. Whether you're a business owner or a school teacher, that's a perfect example, or someone who's in the creative arts space. Yep. They are really great at what they do. And you know what? We're all great at what we do, and that's what you want to be good at.
Yes.
Everyone else can help you capture that.
Absolutely. And with each new venture, you gain another skill. You probably learnt from the past on certain things not to do, and you won't repeat it again. That's a great thing.
And we've worked with coffee shops, for example.
Yes, absolutely.
You do. And I've had some coffee shops referred to me for sale. And after sitting in many coffee shops over many years, you see the inefficiencies, you see where things go wrong, and you, like I said before, I wonder if the owner knows. I wonder if they understand what's happening in their business, and then you can re-engage people in the community, because your business is important.
Absolutely.
It's important to the community, it's important to your financial structure, and if it's a passion, don't stop doing what you love.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always good to actually talk to a business broker before you sell your business. So if you're running your business, you can do all the right things, so by the time you're ready to sell, it's going to make, I wouldn't say a lot of profit margin, but you can sell it at a better price than you would have if you didn't have someone to speak with.
100%. And you know what? You've got to be real about your business too. Let's face it, we all like to know where we've spent our time or our money.
Yes, a lot of money sometimes.
A lot of money, and you've got to walk away and take a slap to that ego and say, okay, lesson learnt. I need to walk away at this, and this is what it's worth.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to knuckle down, have another crack at it for 6 more months or 12 more months, but this time I've got a plan. This time I've got a team around me, and this is what I actually want to walk away with because I believe that's what it's worth. Yeah. Or I'm going to sell it and start something new. And to start afresh and you can go again. And that's the great thing about entrepreneurship and small business. You can always pick up and start again.
Just need to not reinvent it, just re-look at it in a different lens. I'll tell you a story, actually. The other day was at a local cafe. I sat down with a client, and I went up to get coffee. Then there wasn't anyone there to serve me. So what happened was someone ran a raffle that was $50. So all the staff were at the back end taking photos. So I'm just standing there waiting to be served. And, if I wasn't in the hospitality industry, I would have I'm going to go elsewhere.
Yep.
Your waiters, your staff.
Clients are right here. You're missing out on a client. That's right here. They're going to walk away.
Absolutely. Your staff are the main point of contact, the first impression of your business. And that's a really important impression.
Yeah. And you know what? You can manage that too. Absolutely, they should have fun.
Yeah.
But the customer always comes first. And I think that people forget that. And I'm probably sound like my parents once upon a time, but I remember, like even going to Stefan in the 90s, you would get looked after so well. They'd bring you a coffee, they'd bring you champagne or orange juice, and it was all about the atmosphere of the client. And yes, the haircut may have cost you a couple of $100 and you're only 20 years old. But, that was the experience, and that's what you paid for, that's what you save up for. And now when you go, it's not like that.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not like that. And maybe they taught a skill set, but the refinement about the customer interaction is no longer there. Or the relationship building or the importance. Yes, maybe there's a technical issue or maybe you're busy having a birthday at the back, but when you see a client, you get them involved and say, I'll be there 1 sec, we're doing this, or I'll give you this coffee for free, I'll let my manager know, or something to stop that inconvenience and making sure it's a good experience for your clients, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing they'll remember next time they come around. They don't mind waiting because it's going to be great coffee, great service.
Yep.
You're never left alone, and that's the main thing.
What about how you have your coffee? Can I have that? I don't mean to be that lady today. But when you go to your favourite coffee shop and they change baristas?
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay, here's the question for you, Angela. Where's the best coffee you've ever had? Yes,
right now, Foster and Black at Carindale. They are very consistent in their coffee making. They never make it too hot. They never boil the milk over the top. I always get exactly what I ask for every single time.
That's great.
And for me, that's a good experience because I'm going there, I know what I want. There's a ton of coffee shops through there.
Yes. Yeah. All at different price points too, may I add. I mean,
yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's crazy depending on, I don't know, maybe it's the brand of beans that they're getting. I
wonder who advises these coffee shops around what it's worth and where the comparison is. And I don't know if there is some type of, hospitality guru out there that says, well, you only need to have X amount of coffee cups to serve X amount of people and it should only cost you X amount per bean, depending what it is, some sort of formula behind it. And what a great checklist as a business owner, or if I'm an investor wanting to buy a coffee shop, I know maybe that's what it should cost me.
Yeah. Although that's not consistent across board, and that's what we want to try and achieve, I suppose. There's a lot of different softwares out there that do it, connects it with the point of sale.
Yep.
But then again, it's all about subscription basis. So
yeah,
it's another expense. So turning that mindset and not going, it's an expense. It's actually an investment in your business because then you know how to sell more, you know how to promote it.
You know to analyse your own data.
Yes,
you're not depending on people or your staff to tell you what's happened to, that bag of coffee that suddenly disappeared or the 6 litres of milk in this economic crisis. And I get it. Things happen all the time. But you're protecting yourself and you're arming yourself with knowledge how to run your business. So, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or, you know what? Invest in a good accountant who can tell you these things. Not because
Yeah.
they're financially benefiting from it, because they genuinely want to help you see your business succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, accountants, as an accountant, we go in, we do our degrees, but we do more than just tax returns, and we should be doing more than just tax returns and getting to know our clients better to assist them to grow and refer them on to referral partners that can actually help them with whatever issue they may
It's
have.
genuine intent to help.
Yes.
Is finding the right group with the right intent.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the wonderful thing about meeting great people in our group and the
yeah.
people that we work with.
Yeah. You can just pick up the phone and give them a call. No,
Hey,
they'll
Linda,
pick up.
what does it cost to do this? Hey, Linda, can you help me with my client? Hey, I know this is an Instagram, but this is my client. Can you help me?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's quick. It's easy. You know,
Being
you
flexible too.
Yeah. I'm not saying everybody message Linda on her DMs.
It's gonna start
privilege.
booming now.
But it does help as a business owner, you know, and you've got a question or something looming.
Yeah.
I know I can go to an expert, and within a right service level time, you're coming to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all about helping people. So there's no force obligation as well. So that's just genuinely want to help.
Yeah. One of my favourite sayings, and you asked me that, I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
And I don't know who actually said it, but it says success is not just about what you accomplish, but what you inspire others to do. So that's why it always reminds me to have a broader impact on what you leave behind.
Yes.
Every interaction with someone is something. And, you know, sometimes we don't always leave a good taste in someone's mouth, but it comes back to your intent. So when your intent is to genuinely help and say, hey, have you thought about this? And people can get offended at that. Or they can take it on board and say, hey, maybe I should actually listen to that. Or maybe I should just explore it. And maybe they're wrong. Maybe they're right. But be open enough to have that conversation and pique your interest and say, actually, maybe I want more.
Yeah.
Maybe I can think about this differently. Maybe, you know, it's not what I was told it was.
Yeah. I love that. I love that quote. I think it's gonna stick in my mind now and remember that.
It could have been something in Oprah, to be honest. She's come up with a few good quotes over the years. But yeah, you know, success stories like her as a woman coming through, and especially being black, you know, that's a whole nother hurdle. And even someone like Martha Stewart, who's doing those online classes, one of many businesses. She started her first business at 50.
Yep.
Talk about entrepreneurial with the right people around her.
Yeah. Having the determinations too, because I'm sure she would have struggled through a lot of things. And believing in yourself is a really big one. You see all these successful people, even people thinking they are successful and talking about it when they're really not.
Yep.
When you're successful, you should be humble and willing to help others, I suppose, and not just voice that across all platforms.
Yeah, we sometimes see that behaviour, don't we? And as a business owner, you think that's great, you know, good on you for promoting yourself. And that is sometimes the hardest thing to do. And you can have the best products, but if you can't sell that product, and if that product is you, then, you know, that's a different story.
Completely different story. Yeah.
But sales is fun.
It's challenging, isn't it, though?
Yes.
You don't want to come across too salesy. You want to talk about yourself, and when people like you, they will eventually buy from you. But yeah, I'm naturally not a salesperson at all. I'm a very shy person.
You are super shy.
So
I'm glad we met.
I'm glad we met too. I think we balance each other out, really.
Yes, yeah. I'm the opposite of Linda. Tell me when to stop.
I keep you grounded.
But the great thing is that you know who you are. And once you know who you are, you can approach people in a genuine manner. And again, adding value.
Yes.
If you're selling something and you're selling yourself, you need to understand how you're adding value to people in their time, because time is money. Time is your business. And you know what? You might spend half an hour with your accountant and you might achieve barely anything, and they've just done exactly what you've asked them to do. Or you might spend half an hour with another accountant who's now set you up on a whole nother path, cleaned up whatever you need, and help you see a different scope or a different perspective, maybe invest your money differently or pay things out differently, or make you have a look at your business plan once again.
Yes.
When did you last look at it? When did you last
Or do you even
restructure it?
have one?
Do you have one? Yeah, and what are you doing with it? It's actually really, really important, and you don't realise how much it is until you invest in yourself. Often businesses that I've worked with who are under aggregations, you know, they've got people that help them with business plans.
Yes.
But sometimes I think they forget to pull them out again and take it seriously because someone else has told you to do it.
Yep.
But do it for you.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Absolutely. Writing it down makes it come true.
And talk to your accountant about it. Here, these are my ideas. What do you reckon? And they might go, okay.
Let me think about it.
What was your thought pattern around this? And
Yes.
it could be the best idea. It just takes one thing to kick off.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just reaching out.
Yeah.
Picking up the phone and calling someone that can help.
Or it could simply be, hey, your staff are giving away extra shots every Thursday morning. That's where half your money's going.
Yes.
And that's where analysing the data, going back to your business plan, understanding why you did it in the first place, what your short-term and long-term goals are, all over that 50-cent shot.
Yes. Yeah. No matter how small it is, you have to start somewhere with it.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
It could be like that Princess and the Pea.
Princess of the Pea, I love that.
So, Linda, tell me, you've got some exciting marketing now coming up. You've got lots of good marketing anyway. You have accounting platforms that you use.
Yes.
And you do a lot of your own things. Now I'm doing the interview.
Yes, you are doing the interview.
What's your favourite source of media that you like sharing with?
Oh, that's a very hard one. Back in the day, I would have said none because I don't like being on camera. I don't like talking to people. But I love being on video now because that really shows the real me. There's
so
no
great.
faking it. I just can't fake it. This is who I am. And if you don't like it, then I guess you're not the ideal person to connect with. With marketing, we've done all sorts. And you sort of test and trial it. We have a lovely marketing person now that helps us quite a bit in terms of this.
I've seen your socials grow quite significantally over the last few months, and it's been great.
Thank you. It's on trend now. It's on colour scheme. I'm not wearing green today, but normally I'm either in green, dark green, or black.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Friday. We let loose a bit today.
We certainly do.
Oh, that's really great. And now with your marketing team, can I ask what's their age bracket and what are they? Are they creative? Do they go to uni? Like, what's the?
Yep. So they're definitely finished uni. They're in the, I guess, video animation side. There's a lot of marketing people out there, and there's a lot of marketing. You can do Facebook, you can do Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's test and trial. You need someone to work in the business that understands your business, understands you.
And your personality type.
Yeah,
Yep.
personality type. Be able to work together and also come up with ideas. I know that a while ago we did a pizza video. I don't know if you saw it on LinkedIn. It was the whole pizza that we bought from Costco. We cut it up, and that was meant to represent our restaurant owners' sales, net profit, cost of goods.
I haven't seen it. How did I miss it?
You'll have to see
Okay,
it. It
I
was
will.
one of our very first ones, and that got a lot of attention. And that sort of got us thinking. We started doing a lot of videos. We now have a puppet show, so we've got 2 different
I've
puppets.
seen them. I love them.
Yeah, so it's talking about a really serious topic, but making it fun, interactive.
The thing is, our attention spans are really short these days.
Yes.
I'm up there with one of them.
Yep.
If you can tell me what I need to know to pique my interest within 30 to 90 seconds, I'm in. I'm sold. I'm going to click more to know more.
I think a really quick, fun tip, I suppose, or even a statistic.
Yep.
Within the first 10 seconds, that should get the audience.
People triggered.
People triggered. Click on your ad a bit more, see what you're about, and
Yep.
even though they
Subscribe
might
here.
not buy from you by this moment, they'll come back because they'll remember that statistic.
Yep. Or it'll start going through their feed
Yes.
across all platforms all of a sudden.
Start liking everything.
Liking it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. You've got the right team around you.
Yes, and it's about building that team, but also making sure that the staff, so our team members, actually happy to work with us.
Yep.
So keeping them long term, so as we grow, they can grow with us.
Staying engaged.
Staying very engaged.
Keeping them happy.
Yeah, keeping them happy, making sure that they're not doing just the one thing. We're giving them a variety of different tasks to do, and we're a fun bunch to be with, so it's never a dull moment.
No, I know. I love visiting your office.
Oh,
There's always
thank
something
you.
going on, and it's great.
I know we probably come from a background of working from the bottom up and doing everything, absolutely everything that is outside the scope of our responsibility list.
Oh, well and truly. But you did it because you wanted to know and you wanted to add value to the business, and you were taught your role does add value. And if it
Yes.
does, how does it look? So you want to be good at what you do.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you might want to have a look at that, because are you doing a favour to yourself or to your employer? And where are you going to be in a couple of years?
Yep.
You know, do
exactly
you need to
right.
stick in there? But it's also about your mental health too. I think that's a big one.
Oh, yes, definitely. Mental health is a big one.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to come to work excited to be at work.
Yep.
And being able to... sometimes you can't leave your feelings at the door.
Yeah.
And we never want someone to do that, ever, because we're a very small team.
Well, you're human.
We're all human. We have a cry here and there.
Yeah.
Let's try not to.
Save that on Wednesday mornings. Allocate some time.
Wednesday mornings. That's my
hardest time of the
networking
week.
morning.
Oh, no, sorry about that. Wrong morning.
Yeah. Oh. Well, so you've been in, I guess, in the workforce for a very long time. Let me know, when you go out to these networking events or just going out representing the business, how do you feel being in a whole room full of maybe taller, suited
We're going to
guys?
talk about
or-
our height. I think that's a challenge.
Yes.
And then secondly, sometimes being a woman is definitely a challenge. Being short, if you don't mind, look, I'm 5'3" and you're shorter than me.
I am shorter than you. It's a challenge.
When I put my hand up, I don't get noticed at the deli, you know. So when you're in a business event, you have to be really engaged and hold really good conversations so people, you know, want to talk to you and have something good to say, have something of value.
So how would you normally start the conversation if you were...
Hi, this is what I do. This is what I do with my community. I'm here to meet new people. How can I make myself of service, more or less?
Yeah, okay.
Depending who it is. I mean, of course, you know, if it's a finance broker, I can relate to them. It's a real estate agent, I can relate to them. If it's someone in banking, I can relate to them.
Yeah.
If it's someone in out
Someone
west
in trades, maybe?
trades, yeah, in the old historical township,
Yeah.
because I own one of those too.
Yes.
If you're driving a tractor or a bobcat, I can talk to you as well. I've got those skill sets. But it's about knowing who you are so you can approach people with confidence and knowing what you want to get out of that conversation too. If it's simply, hey, I've just seen you standing there, I notice you're from such and such, my name is from here, I'd love to know a little bit more about yourself. And really taking that time to know, can you add value? Do you want to work with that person? And that's how I approach
Yeah.
most of those things. But I know while I'm there, and you know what, even if I don't make any connections that evening, even if I'm walking away with a couple of business cards, I might sit there and think about it and call them later and say, hey, I was at this thing, I saw you there, I'm just wondering if there's an opportunity to connect. And that's a yes or no, and I don't know, so far 10 times out of 10 it's been a yes.
That is pretty good, isn't it? 10 out of 10.
Yes, thank you. And I'm doing my event soon.
Yes, very excited. Would you like to share?
Yes, I'd love
A
to
bit
share.
more?
So, Beyond the Horizons, each quarter I'm holding events for small business owners to know what's happening out there, whether it's about business or about your community, you know, an opportunity to sell yourself and solutions you've done to other people. So this next month, September, I'm holding one. Peter Spinder from the Business Advisory Group will be there from Benchmark. He'll be talking about AI in business. I'll be talking to Emily Bitco from Vibra. It's exciting.
Very
She's got her
exciting.
business for sale. So if anyone's interested to come along and have a look, it's a really good little business. Also talking to Vinny Lowe.
We love Vinny, don't we?
I love Vinny. He's such a great networker.
Yes.
He's got great style. He's very classy. I like that he selects his group of people,
Yes.
and he will tell you that up front. He won't work with everyone.
Yeah.
And I like that benchmark because you know what can go wrong when you get introduced to the wrong people. That's another story.
That's another podcast,
That's
maybe.
another podcast, yes. So hence why, these little events, and you might have to scrap that part, but these events are really important to me because I'm able to connect, and people that I know within banking and lending and the legal side of things and investors and accountants can say, hey, look, you know what, buying a business is actually an investment. And if you know how to run it as a second business or have someone in to do that for you, you can actually make money a different way. You don't have to depend on housing.
Yes.
You know, there's so much more out there, or, you know, have a think about what's happening in your business with AI. So there's some books that are going to be given away. And fingers crossed, I've got a professor from QUT.
Oh,
he's registered and he's in the top 100 of AI leaders.
Wow.
Yes, hopefully he's coming. And I'd love
Fingers
to...
crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'd love him to speak at one of my events one day. I've just finished listening to his book.
And what book is it? Did you mention?
The Economy of Algorithms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I posted something last week on LinkedIn about it, so have a look.
Yeah.
But it's really knowing AI, understanding what's out there for your business and your small business. You and I talk about it all the time.
We do. So, yeah, AI is a really big one. And whilst it doesn't do all the accounting and bookkeeping stuff in AI, it helps with a lot of other functions.
Yes.
Maybe sometimes when I draw up an article, I'm not the best writer, so sprucing that up a little bit. Being able to formulate and do the variances for me too in my business reporting, because it can just, go on the web and do its little thing. So it gives me a really good starting point to elaborate on. And that's what you need, because there's only so much time.
You can do as a person too, yeah.
Yeah.
It fills in the blanks.
It does, fills in the blank, exactly right.
And it dots the I's and crosses the T's.
Almost all the time.
Always.
Always have to double check it.
Oh.
But it's been great in the business. You have to embrace it.
Absolutely.
You can't avoid it. It's going to happen either way. So
yeah, you can dig your heels in, or you can say, actually, I might take a risk. I'll buy a bot and see what happens. And you've got to be open to knowing, all right, well, what security measures do I need?
Yes.
How many people, cyber people, do I need to speak to? Security people do I need to speak to to make sure I've, vetted everything and I'm not at risk? But look, if WhatsApp and all of those things can be hacked, well...
Yes. That's very scary, isn't it?
It can always happen, but you've got to be ready for that in your business and take as many precautionary measures, take out insurances. But, bots are fun. They are algorithms. They can solve problems, and without it, we couldn't do this.
No.
We wouldn't have Instagram.
Nope.
We wouldn't have great medical healthcare. We couldn't do amazing surgeries.
Mm. Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of the banks being able to do your lending assessment with the bot and, that can streamline things too, and other lenders as well, Yeah,
that would make it a lot faster, wouldn't it? Because what's the normal process nowadays, I suppose? Ooh.
Well, it depends on the broker or the lender. I was speaking to a lender, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say their names or things like that, but I was speaking to a mobile lender, and he was boasting to me that he could do a full approval with full form, like absolute approval by himself within 47 minutes. As long as there's security and the deal stacks up and makes sense, and it's a bank. Mm-hmm. And I high-fived that. I thought, I wonder if that bank is going to take that as an algorithm. And, because you can read Adobe, you can scan, and one more person might have to do it. Gives me as a tick. Yeah. But yes, you're getting rid of jobs in the banks, but how efficient?
Very efficient.
It just needs to read a policy.
Yes.
You need to know the bank policy. But if you've got a complicated client, like a commercial one, perhaps, who've got residential lending, lots of business lending, secured, unsecured, all sorts of mess everywhere.
Yep.
That can take a little bit longer.
Yep.
And it's finding the right lender. You might need more than one sometimes. Some lenders like to cross-securitise a lot of people's properties. Some brokers, which are great, go understand, well, maybe if it's a business, we should separate it. But definitely speak to someone to have things protected in their own trust accounts. And
yes, absolutely. Protecting yourself.
Protecting yourself, yeah. And if you're going to have AI, protect yourself.
Yes.
Spend
absolutely.
that money.
Spend that money.
For marketing purposes, what you spend on your apps, if that streamlines your business and gives you efficiencies down the track, you suddenly save all this money.
Yeah.
You're glad you coughed it up front.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes your life a lot easier, and that's what we want. Things that make our life easier.
Yeah. Maybe I should go back. Can I talk about my events? So, as you know, I love the business community. And I love sharing, what's happening out there with other people, whether you're a mortgage broker, whether you're a lawyer or an accountant or, an accountant's client or a school teacher, wherever your background is from. What's happening in the finance world, what's happening in the small business world, what you can look out for. So this event, I'm really excited. I have Kelly Jensen, a violinist here in Brisbane, who's going to play, just to add some atmosphere. I have Scent Australia, who will be scenting the room.
Yes, I remember them.
Yes.
Yep.
We met them, actually.
Yes, we did. The Hospitality Expo back in March.
Yes.
They had a fabulous product, didn't they?
Oh, my gosh. They had so many great things. And I thought, what a great way to, add more atmosphere to a room. Why don't you scent it? Because I know when I walk into the Carlisle Hotel or if I walk into Aria Apartments, They smell fabulous. And both of those places use Scent Australia. And apparently they have seasonal scents and stuff like that. So
Very excited.
they sent me 12 samples and, you know, after much, I just ended up picking 2. I'm sure they were fabulous.
Oh, did you send them the rest back?
No, I'm keeping it for my house. So they'll be scenting the room. Vinnie Lowe, who's always a generous, wonderful, wonderful networker, allowing us to use that space at Oscar Hunt.
Wonderful.
We'll be chatting to him as well. So I've got Peter Spinder speaking about businesses and AI and small business, all things small business. I'll be talking hopefully to Emily Bitko, all going well, as she puts up her business Vibra for sale, these really cool bags.
Yep.
You can find them on Instagram. And also doing a little interview with Vinny.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Yeah.
That's about it. We've got some giveaways at the end.
Wonderful. We always like a good giveaway, don't we?
Yeah, I do.
No.
Free drinks, nibblies for everyone who's in attendance.
So what's the capacity and the number of people they could have in the room?
They are small rooms. At this stage, I've just got over 50, which is okay because, you know, on the night, someone can't come or anything like that. But, I've got lots more in the pipeline if anyone else needs to jump in. Hopefully everyone attends. They did last time, so that was exciting.
Very good. That's very exciting.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to attend.
Yes.
Can't wait to see more venues. Not venues. So
Yes.
more events that you're holding too.
Thank you. Yes, I'm really reaching out to the theatre and the small arts community with music. So I want to be holding professional events, and I want, when you come to an event, to hear the violin or hear the piano or hear a cello and hear what's out there. And if you're holding an event, bring an artist in, because when they love what they do, these people aren't making money from it, and they really should, because it is hard work to buy a new instrument. It is hard work
Yes.
to have a passion about something.
Yes.
And if it's great, share it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been to so many events. I don't know about you, but I've been to so many where there's no music. There's people already forming groups already within their own sphere. They're clicking with the people already, and to go in there and try to find your way to
and when you're
somewhere.
small, when you're really short,
when
and you're navigating through people, and I don't know, I get hit in the face all the time.
I've never experienced
when you
that,
squeeze
but-
through, I always, there's no words, and it's uncomfortable because you're like,
Well, you know what? Maybe sometimes they see you on the sideline, but they just don't do anything.
They
They,
don't
just
move.
stand there.
but it does get frustrating, because you're there for a reason and you count 2, and men, just pay attention. If you're standing at the bar and any woman's trying to come through, we're not trying to be fresh with you. We just want to get past. So
We just need a drink.
either way. And I need a drink too.
Yeah, we just need a drink before we go out and mingle.
Yeah, we probably need 2.
One for each other.
yeah. So get out the way.
Yeah. But no, yeah.
No, it is
It's-
great networking. It's good fun. I love
It
holding events. I love my
Yeah.
friends
Aw.
who can
We
come
love you
to.
too.
Oh, thank you. And always adding value into the community. So,
Yeah.
we'll have you speak at one event. I'm giving away books from Benchmark, So, again, people can educate themselves, or
Yes.
call Linda and ask her a question after this, anything accounting related. Or if you've got a coffee shop or
Yes.
a restaurant and you just want to know something. Oh, hey, I was thinking about this. Is it worth it? Oh, hey, Linda, I'm thinking about this POS system. I don't know enough about it. Who else uses it? How does it work,
Absolutely. Just picking up the phone call. And the one thing that always gets me is that there's this assumption that when you call an accountant or even lawyer, that they'll charge you money. And
Yeah,
that's
it is
not-
scary.
It is very scary, but we're all here to help. So when you
it
pick
on
up
the
the
bill.
phone, no, definitely not on the bill, but here to help. So pick up
Yeah.
the phone call. You never know where it may lead, and it's all
Exactly.
about helping that specific person or even the group get somewhere.
Yep. And there's
Okay.
nothing wrong with giving advice. And I know lawyers who give free advice all the time. But if you're serious about acting on it, then you get your wallet out. Because
Yeah.
you can see the bigger picture of what you're trying to achieve.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Pick up the phone. Message me in our DMs.
Yes.
The business ones only. Email. I'm good with that. Text message.
Yeah.
How do you handle the volume when you've got so many platforms of messages, Linda?
It is hard. I would have to say scheduling out time is
Yeah.
really important. And there's a lot of comments that come through that aren't business related. It's just spam.
Yeah.
People
I
that
know
want to
there's
try
heaps of
and
spam.
how do you filter that out?
I'd block and delete. As soon as I get anything spam, or even in my stories. If I see something even remotely unusual, I'm blocking and deleting, you know.
Yeah.
I really want to protect my brand and my business. I mean, I've been in a situation where I've been stalked and, had awful things said about me on my own social media platform, and there's no place for that. Not in my community, not in any community. If you can't say it to someone's face, you shouldn't be saying it on any platform anywhere. It's social
100%.
media, and social media shouldn't be a place of aggression. It's education and fun. That's
Yep.
where you're social, not being...
Negative.
the opposite to...
The opposite to that happy space.
Yeah, and we're there to learn and we want to have fun and it's business. There's no need.
There is no need.
No, but the good stuff's good. I mean, I see lots of good stuff on there.
I do. I do see a lot of good stuff. I love that friends and family, even clients, are sharing stuff I post as well. So thank you very much, Angela.
Okay.
It's all about getting out there and advise, provide guidance, provide free advice to people that really need it. They probably don't want to talk to you at this stage because they're very shy, very nervous. But when that time comes, they know who to talk to because they've seen us.
They've seen you, yeah.
They've seen us on socials.
I have all the time people in their mid to late 20s.
Yep.
Hey, Ange. And my friends, my children's friends, my friends' children and then their friends. Hey, I've started my business, or hey, what do I do with this, or can you help me with that? And I love it. It's fun. Oh, have you thought about this? Talk to mum and dad about that, or, you know. Oh, you're ready to buy your first property. Well, you better get a boyfriend because you're going to need a second income.
Well, nowadays you do. Isn't
do.
it crazy?
Well, the cost of living is difficult.
Yeah.
I think the banks do prefer to mitigate their risk by having two people pay a loan.
Yes. So what would you say the minimum amount you need to earn in order to afford a house nowadays?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, back in the day, I remember going to get a home
can you buy a
loan.
house for under
500,000?
500,000?
Probably not
No,
anymore.
you can't even buy a unit. Not around Brisbane.
No, there was one unit that I was looking at, 10 years ago. I got finance for it. I went and saw it. It was a shoebox. Even my bathroom door wouldn't open. It would just hit the toilet itself. That was how small it was.
Oh.
And pictures can be deceiving.
Yeah, they can. Oh, you know what? Some of those real estate agents are fantastic marketers.
That's what they are, really, marketers for their own...
Selling someone's property. Yeah. It's a great filter.
It is, isn't it?
Traps you every time.
We don't want to bang on about real estate right now.
No. Oh, but there are small properties. I mean, look, if you're looking at the outskirts, as a first home buyer, I think getting into your own place would be hard, but think about buying an investment property. And if you're still living with mum and dad, save your money, get an investment property, maybe top it up if you have to, but get a small one in the outskirts, you know. Don't spend more than you have to, but if your renter can afford to pay off that investment, or, you know what, think about starting another business, starting a business.
Yeah, turning your hobby into a business.
Yes.
You know, talking about savings, it is really hard now to save because, you know, you've got Afterpay still. I don't think ZipPay still exists, but you've got your PayPal, Pay in 4. These options
Lenders
where you
don't like them. And everyone's using them.
Yeah. There is no stopping it too. They don't look at your finances before they sign you up for Afterpay, for example.
People can get stuck.
You do get stuck. And it's really scary because they're a creditor, basically. You owe them.
Yep.
They can chase you.
Yep. I guess the security is the asset that you bought.
Yep.
Even though you've probably spent it,
Yeah.
spilt wine on it, or whatever it is, put it on his tyres, put it in his petrol.
Yeah.
It's an easy go-to, and I don't think people are educated enough as to the impacts of having those things and why. But when they're tapped out in every other form,
you turn desperate. You turn to whatever you can get a
even
hold
if the
of.
interest is high. But if you know you can pay it back and you're committed to doing that, people take that risk. Depends how you look at money too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and if you want to buy a house, you don't want to have any of those things holding you back.
No, you
Live
don't.
as lean as possible.
Yes.
If you want a quality.
Well, fun fact, I've actually never had a credit card before
Wow.
in my whole life.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You know, we've been taught, my parents are very strict, you know, in an Asian household, you save every penny.
Yep.
My parents worked really hard. My dad worked for 25 years in the same bakery. So as I was going to school, he was sleeping,
Yes.
waking up in the middle of the night,
Yes.
going to work,
Yes.
earning money, sending me to tutoring, which I'm very grateful now. But back then, when I had to do tutoring on a Saturday and a Sunday, I was not a happy girl.
No, you're wondering why they are torturing you every weekend.
Yeah, but you know, nowadays it's even harder now to make money. So very grateful for my parents to, you know, allow me to experience that and
Show you hard work.
show me hard work. And I think that's one reason why why I have the work ethic.
Yeah.
And to work hard so I can work for myself, have enough to buy a house, buy a nicer car maybe, live the dream and go on holidays.
Yes, and you can actually have it all.
Yeah.
If you know what you want, you can have it all. And it's only hard if you let it to be hard. And we have our challenges and things like that, but if you want a house badly enough, you'll do what you need to do.
Yeah, there's always a way to get there.
Yeah.
It's the mindset.
100%. And you know, if you could do a bunch of different jobs, also do it.
Yep.
What's your quickest way to earn the money? Are you going to burn out in that time? How committed are you to this dream? You know, do you have people that help you along the way? Have you got your own business goals, all that sort of stuff? And that's what buying a house is about. And it's actually engaging in your own life and sticking to your life plan if you've got that.
Yes. What if you don't have a life plan? Well, you know, there's some people that like to go with the flow, and going with the flow is a great idea. It doesn't actually lead you anywhere, or if you don't have like a dream thing set in place.
When you're young, you don't really have it. You just dumped into places.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my first jobs, when I was 16, between Woolworths and sign language interpreting. Yes,
okay,
yes.
love it.
So, yeah, I loved that. That was one of the great jobs I did. Then in 1997, I started at Kelly's Recruitment and I worked at Suncorp. And I was put in banking back then, and I loved it and I thrived in it, and I learned how to write home loans and I learned how to write personal loans, and everything was done by fax then. And I learned that if I was working as a temp and I worked 7 days a week, so 5 days at Aspley, Saturday at Carindale and Sunday in the city branch, I was earning a ton of money. And while I was young, I couldn't help myself. I was having a great time. I was writing loans in the branch on a Sunday at Suncorp. I was getting paid double time and a half on a Saturday, Thursday nights at Aspley. You know, the Pick and Pay hypermarket, you know, and I bought my first house with my husband at the time. It was the year 2000 when we first bought.
Oh, wow.
And
I was in grade 3.
I know, it tells you how old I am. And we'd had our first son then. And we paid, I think, like $199,000 for that half an acre.
Wow.
I know. And that's what, 24 years ago.
Yeah. You can't even get a house. Well, you definitely can't get a house at that price anymore.
Well, you can go to places like Millmerran.
Don't know where that is.
It is out west on the other side of Toowoomba. You can definitely buy little investment properties in rural communities for around that price. And you know what? If I could do it all again and I was in my 20s and I couldn't afford to buy an owner-occupied, I'd be buying an investment. I'd be looking at, all the way up the Sunshine Coast further, Maryborough, Harvey Bay.
Airbnbs.
Airbnbs, you can do whatever you want. And you can afford it. You can rent that out, pay it off in a couple of years. Someone else pays it for you. Make sure, you can be a good landlord. Do all the right things. You're winning. You suddenly have a property that you'll have enough equity to buy your first home with if you wanted to. And in the meantime, stay home, earn more money, live the dream life while someone else pays it for you.
So save your money.
Save your money.
Don't have afterpay.
Don't have afterpay. Have fun, but don't have afterpay.
Yep.
It's okay to be bored. Hang out down the beach.
Yeah, definitely. Hang out at your local library.
And make yourself active in the community.
Yes.
I think that's a good one. Once upon a time, I get bored a lot on a weekend. I decided to go to the Salvation Army down at Cleveland, and so I dedicated some time down there on a Saturday morning, and the only job I had to do was put all the clothes in the same colour order, and they give you a little card in what colour.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yes, and what sizes they go in, and that's all you do all day. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to volunteer my time, and this is what I'm going to do. It's great.
It just helps that you love fashion as well. So as you're sorting out these clothing, you're looking at the
No, I don't need this. Maybe I'll just do I
just
wait now, or
can I
pay for it now on my break? Because I am volunteering, does it count?
Yes, yeah. No, I did volunteering too at my local Lifeline in West End. I loved it. I did it for a short period of time, but yeah, there's something about connecting and mingling with people that come in to the store because you don't know their background and they talk about themselves.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating.
And you don't know who you meet.
No.
You don't know who you meet, and you know what? Giving back is good.
Oh, absolutely. It is. And you not only do you give back to the community, but you're out there being active and filling up your time and doing something productive, I suppose.
You're staying out of mischief. People are getting to know you. You can create other opportunities if you really want them to. You can say, hey, I'm just volunteering for a bit, but I'm looking for this kind of work. Can anyone help me or whatever?
You never know where it might lead to.
No, that's right. Well, let us hear.
Yeah, you did. So I just want to say thank you, Ange, for coming on the podcast today. We had a great talk. We talked about absolutely everything. I'm sure there's more that we can talk about.
Linda, we can talk all the time.
Yes, absolutely.
I can't wait to be talking and vlogging with you at a restaurant sometime
Yes,
soon.
I was going to mention that too. That's going to be really exciting. I mean, combining the two loves. Food,
steak,
wine, steak. We should go to the Star.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that opened yesterday, didn't
it did, and I was going to go, and I didn't get a chance to, but I'm definitely going tomorrow after the river fire. So I've been invited with a group of friends, networking, banking, finance.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
lovely.
so we've got a table at a restaurant, we can see the river fire, and then I want to go see the Star and the awesome things that are happening around Brisbane. And then I'll tell you what, I'll have a swish around the restaurants, and I'll tell you which one that we should try. What do you reckon?
Sounds great.
You get to pick the cocktail.
Okay.
I get to pick the restaurant this time.
Sounds great. Perfect. It's locked in. Well, thank you again, everyone, for watching. And do follow Angela on your socials. Would you like to share your socials so we can follow you on?
BrisbaneViews.com, BrisbaneViews.com.au. I've got Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. But yeah, hop on Instagram. I'm doing a promotion at the moment with some sunflower seeds. So if you're one of those people that get a packet, feel free to share them online. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.